Hello there and welcome back to the channel. So here with an all new Marvel Snap video. As you guys can see, I am giving a new mobile game a try. A couple of my colleagues that play Super Phone Destroyer recommended this game to me, and yeah, they were right. I am actually enjoying it. I've been playing the game for about 2 whole days, and I think I have gotten enough of the hang of it to be able to share with you my experiences, what to do, what not to do, at least on the very beginning stages, and essentially the basic mechanics of the game. First thing is the game, as you guys can see, it's portrait as opposed to landscape with Super Phone Destroyer. There's a little bit of getting used to that aspect of it. But for the most part, it is, one of those many freemium games that you can play. You can spend some money. I don't think there is a strong need to spend money, at least right away, from my perspective on the game. It is a card collection game, like many of the games that we have on mobile games as of late. But I think this one, as opposed to Super Phone Destroyer, is a little bit more slower pace. It's like playing chess. It requires a little bit of thinking when you select your deck and when you're playing. We'll go into the game mechanics in a little bit, but I wanted to first talk to you about how the actual cards work, right? So you guys can see my entire collection. I don't know how many cards I have as of right now, but playing for 24 48 hours, these are all the cards that I have gotten access to. The main differentiator is that all of the cards that you can see here, they are available the moment you get them. There is no difference between getting them now and not being able to play them competitively. You can use them right away. Yes, you need to upgrade cards. We'll talk about the upgrade mechanics in a little bit, but the upgrades just change the stylus or the style of the cards, right? I don't have any of the basic cards, but you go from essentially, cards that look like this, right? You have the frame and they sort of pop out of the frame a little bit, and then you go to cards. For example, let's see. You go to a card like this one, where it's a little bit more 3D, right? As you change the card around, and then I think I have one more. And then we go here where it's golden, right? And it's 3D, sort of animated. So that's what you get when you upgrade the cards. Now, upgrading the cards gives you access to more cards, so you really want to upgrade those, but we'll talk about that in mechanic in a little bit, because there is a tip right there. Now, all cards, like I was saying before, they have a cost here in blue. They also have their power here in yellow. So the power, this card costs 1 energy, and it has a power of 1. So you get access to many decks, right? I've been sort of toying around, but right here is my deck. As you guys can see, it consists of 12 decks. The thing is, right, you don't want to choose cards all willy-nilly. You want to make sure that there's strong synergy between all the cards. If you don't pick the right card, you're going to find yourself struggling during the mid to late game, right? That's going to be one of the most important things, is choosing that synergy between cards. The other thing is, right, it's the way the game mechanics works. You have 6 turns, and in those 6 turns, you gain a little bit of energy. Actually, it's linear. So on turn number 1, you gain 1 energy. On turn number 2, you get to spend 2 energy. On turn number 3, you get to spend 3, and so on all the way to 6. It doesn't accumulate, right? If you have any extra, then you forfeit it, right? For that reason, right, you want to have a nice distribution of cards. Also, you want to have 1 of 6, maybe, right? And then 2 at the most, or maybe 3 at the most of 5. Again, because you're not going to be able to play those cards, and then you want to be able to play a lot of the lower cards. So the average cost, right, the total energy that you gain in a full game is 21. 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And the average energy that you get is 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. So 3.5, right? That's going to be the mean, but the distribution has to be extremely skewed towards the lower numbers. Now, each card has different types of ability, right? So I'm going to just show them here, right? You have cards that have no abilities whatsoever, and then you have cards that have unreveal abilities. Those, and I'll tell you in a second, you have cards that have a move ability, meaning that whenever you move them, something happens to them. You have cards that have an ongoing ability. That means that it is an ability that is active regardless of when you place the card. Do you have cards that have a discard ability? When you kill them or when they get removed, something happens. And then you have a destroy ability. That's important to understand, right? Because that's sort of the key on understanding how the game works. So let me just give you a quick example of a card with a reveal ability. So for example, this card, right? When you first place it and whenever it becomes active on the playing field the first time, if your opponent had played a card in the same spot where you put your card, then something happened. That is what the reveal ability is. Here is Ant-Man and the example of an ongoing ability. And that means, it's an ability that gets activated when something else happened, or in this case, when you have 3 other cards in the same spot where you're playing Ant-Man, then he gains 3 extra power. Here's Wolverine with a discard or destroy ability. Anytime this card gets discarded on the discard pile or when it gets removed, because Wolverine can heal, he can come back to the field randomly at any of the locations. And we'll talk about what the locations are in a short little bit. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into the upgrading, right? So all cards need to be upgrading. In fact, you want to upgrade your cards. You don't want to not upgrade your cards, because upgrading your card is what unlocks, and this little green thing on the top, right? This is what unlocks your collection level, right? The more you upgrade cards, the more you have access to different cards. This is the main way you're gonna get cards here in MarvelSnap. Yes, you can buy cards. Yes, you can get cards other ways, but this is going to be the way you progress. You start with a basic starter deck, and every time you upgrade your cards, you get more upgrade points, right? And those upgrade points are going to allow you to either get credits, which is the currency, one of the currencies that allow you to upgrade cards, or they allow you to get boosters, right? Which is the materials that are needed to upgrade each card. So back at the collection, as you can see, there's a bunch of cards that have little arrows pointing up, right? In order to upgrade those cards, you need to have 2 things satisfied. Number 1, you need to have credits, which I don't have right now. So as you can see, I have 0 credits on the top, or right there on the bottom, it tells you how many credits you have, right? So I need 100 credits to upgrade this card, and 10 boosters. I don't have either of them right at the moment. So actually I have 12 boosters for Iron Fist, but I have zero credits. So you want to upgrade those cards. Now, how do you get boosters, right? Well, you get boosters towards the tech tree, but you can also get boosters by playing the card. And I'll show you in a little bit again how we get those boosters. Now, here is tip number 1. Right? Yes, you want to upgrade your cards. Yes, you want to upgrade because that allows you to get deeper into your collection, but you want to upgrade smartly, right? I don't know how many cards I have here, but at the beginning, I was just upgrading the cards that I really, really like that were on my main deck, right? So I was spending all of those credits, and then I was not progressing. I was not having a deep of a collection, right? And allowing me different techniques. So, you want to be able to upgrade your cards, but don't upgrade them all, because the first upgrade, which costs you 25 credits and 5 boosters, gives you 1 collection point. The next upgrade up, right, which goes from silver to green. So from silver to this color, this frame color green, which is the rare, costs you 25 credits, and it gives you one star point. The next one up, then requires 100 credits, like you can see here, and then 10 booster points. So first you're getting per 100, you're getting essentially with the silver to rare, you're getting 4 points. Then from rare to epic, you only get 2 points per 100 points, and then you need 200, and then you need 400, right? So you definitely want to upgrade first all of your silver, and again, that's your pro tip number 1. You want to upgrade all of your silver or your base level cards, and then after you upgrade those, then you want to go to the rares, and then you want to keep going forward, right? It's more efficient that way. I wasted a lot of credits, and now sort of the main factor limiting me, it's the number of credits. Yes, you can buy credits, but you know me, I am free to play, so I am going this all the way in, right? And right now, I am on Golden League, like I said before, without having spent a single cent. So I already have my swarm deck, right? This deck is very synergistic. It's meant to be used as swarms. And let's go ahead and do a match and show you, what it does involve. So let's go for it. So going here, searching for the opponents, right? And again, the game, what you're going to see is that you're going to have 3 playable areas, right? Imagine 3 bases or 3 tables, right? So you have here 1, 2, so 1, 2, and 3. So those areas, right, get revealed. So this area got revealed right there, and each area will have its own power, its own effect, right? So you have to read that carefully. The first one, the leftmost, is going to get revealed on the first turn. This one on the second. This one on the third turn. All right. And then, as you guys can see, down on the bottom, it tells me how much energy I have. So I have 1 energy because it's the first turn, and I need to put my first card in. I'm going to put this guy, right? Quicksilver has a set ability. I'm going to click it so you guys can see it. Starts in your opening hand. So he always will be on my opening hand when I start a game. Once you're ready to commit, then you can click end turn, and that's it. The enemy's turn, he places his card. As you guys see, starts with the same. Now here, the second playable area, right? Open, right? This playable area, all here, you can play, the enemy can play four cards, and I can play 4 cards too. And now, the effect is that you add a ninja. Add a ninja to decide which is one with -2 power. So that's okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to add my second card. I'm going to put Electra, because Electra is going to allow me to kill that other card, so I get an advantage, and I'm going to put some squirrels in. This deck is about swarming. Low-cost cards, and at the very end, overpower the enemy with a resounding boost in the damage. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and destroy his Quicksilver. Domino is the one. I'm going to put a squirrel on the edge of the other options. Now, so now we have squirrels everywhere. This is Squirrel Galanza. As it happened to be the third playable area, it's called Central Park, adds a squirrel to each location. So now we have 2 squirrels on each. And I'm going to go ahead and let me see what I'm going to do. So I am going to put... Yeah, so my only option right now, because I don't have a 3 card, I'm going to put in this right here. And this might end up not working very well for us because we got so many squirrels. I was not thinking, that we were going to get that. But hey, let's see if we can make it work. So as you saw, first base said after 3 turns you ruin a random location. What that means is whatever ability had that section had, then is already gone. All right, so right now I cannot put any more cards. In fact, I'm going to leave this as is because I have no other cards to put in. So now I just have to let him do his thing. So Punisher, no. So I'm going to go with Marvel here, and I'm going to go and put it... I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. Yeah. And then I'm going to, so Captain Marvel, what does Captain Marvel do? He has an ongoing effect. All other cards have +1 power. So all of my cards will end up gaining 1 power. We are on turn number 5. All right. And my last effect is going to be, let me see, this one takes 1 power away. So I unfortunately not going to be able to win. So let's, so what if I put Ant-Man? So Ant-Man does 3 power. So it's only going to get me to 9. So really not a lot I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one here. So she has 7 power. So I'm going to go from 6 to 12. Actually from 6 to 13. And then I subtract 3, which might, it's going to help us tie at this location. So we're going to see what's going to happen. And this is what I'm saying, that there is a lot of tactics here, right? There's a lot of tactics that go in this. And we end up winning, fellas, on our first match with a bunch of squirrels. With a bunch of squirrels, we end up still winning the match. So, the last thing that I wasn't, that I did not tell you is that this number is the number of points that you're going to earn at the very end. You can always snap if you're sure that you're winning. And I'll give you more information on the next one. You can always communicate with your team, with the other person, right? It tells you how many cards you have left on your deck, in your hand. And then you can also check the enemies, right? You can see how many cards he has in decks on his hand, how many were destroyed, how many were discarded. And you can say hello if you want it, right? You can use a little emoji or something like that. So let's go ahead and do another match and keep exploring the game. So went to 42, won 4 points. I mean, those 4 points are the ones that go in here, right? So, and this is, you're going to get this at every single screen. You're going to get the fact that you're going to be able to upgrade. Resist the urge. Do all of your upgrades on the card collection, right? And in order to get boosters, right? That's the way you do it. You have to have the card in your deck. You need to have to play that card. And randomly out of your 12 cards, one of them will get boosters. And that's how you're going to go into your collection. And then you're going to, once you go to your collection, right, you're going to go ahead and filter your cards by quality, right? And you're going to look, right? Any cards that are silver, like this one, Devil Dinosaur. It is silver, right? It's only going to need 25 credits and 5 boosters in order to upgrade. And that's going to give me 1, right? 1 of my, of the points needed to upgrade on my tree, right? You need to max this tree up as efficiently as you can. And credits are the main limiting factor. Yes, you can get premium currency. I don't think you can exchange the premium currency for cash. At least I don't know. I mean, you can buy some of the upgrades with credits. But yeah, you can use your gold to convert to credit. But I am going to hold on that for a little bit, because you can also buy a few things with gold, right? So you can buy cards with gold. But I don't think this is, highly effective. At least just those are variants, different types of the same card. All right, so let's go ahead and do another match, right? Perhaps not fill the card with squirrels and see how we can do. So playing against Sulene this time around. Again, Quicksilver popping up at the very beginning. So now we have a better of a... oh my God, more squirrels. What is going on here? So for sure, I'm not playing my squirrel card because this is becoming redunculous. He just snapped, right? What that means, right? If I were to click, and I'm going to hit it too. So if you hit that down here, what that means is that he's confident that you're winning. So right now, each of us, if I were to retreat at this moment... If I were to retreat at this moment, then I would lose 2 and he will win 2. If I were to win, then I would win 2 and he would lose 2. If we go to the next round, right, you see on the bottom it says next turn, it's going to go to 4. The maximum amount of points that you can make in a win is 8. That's if and only if you snap and the enemy snaps. If you don't snap or the enemy don't snap, the most amount that you can win are 4. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and so this is a squirrel. I didn't see what the vault on your turn. On turn 6, cards can be played here. So that's important, right? You cannot play card 6. So this is where the chess part mentality comes in, right? You have to think, if I want to play cards, that cost 6, which appear on the 6th turn, then I don't want to play them there. So I'm going to go ahead and put them here, right? And what does this card do, right? The effect of this card, I'm going to show it. When you play a card here, then she gains 2 power. This playing area, right, gives us 1 extra energy on this turn, which is great for us. I'm going to go ahead and do something crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and play Electra. No, I cannot play Electra because Electra will not kill the right card. So, well, it will kill a squirrel, which I don't. So let's go ahead and put Ant-Man here. And yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Let's go with Electra, because at the end, this is all about swarming, right? I'm not going to put Squirrel Girl because, again, it's not really usable. As you see, Ant-Man, as soon as I put 4 cards, then he earns a little bit of extra damage. So right now we're winning, right? It tells us that we have 9 points, 9 versus 7, 9 versus 11 at the moment. So perfect. So now we have 4 points. There's nothing I can do because there's really, I don't want to fill my area with squirrels, do I? Do I want to fill my area with squirrels? No. 5, 5, 5. No, I don't really want to fill my, actually, you know what? No, I don't want to fill my area with squares. So I'm going to skip. I think I'm going to be okay. Again, you have to sort of think what the enemy is doing. This card right here, if you play a card here, next turn, plus power, plus 2 power, right? So that's important. Always when the enemy plays, you also check what he's doing. There we go. So I'm going to do this. I am going to put my Captain Marvel. I'm going to put my Captain Marvel right here. All right. That's going to give plus 2 power to every single card on my playing field. Right? So so that's 17, right? And now I can still play other stuff, right? So I could decide. Right now I'm winning on 2 sides and I'm losing on the middle. There's not a lot I can do for losing on the middle. If I were to put Onslaught, he has an ongoing double your other ongoing effect. So I can then add 2 extra points to all of my cards down here and see what happens. I think that may be the best solution, or I can go and secure a win on one of the 2 sides. But I think I'm going to go with this and see what happens, right? I'm going to finish the turn. I'm going to say, good luck to here, and we will see. And we win across the board. we win across the board with this, right? So here's the key, right? You always want to plan. And here my plan is to put as many 1 power creators as I can, but with the idea that I need to, at least with this one, in a single playing area, I need to be able to finish with Blue Marble and with Onslaught. If I cannot finish with Blue Marble and Onslaught, then I have another option, right? Perhaps they destroy my Onslaught. Perhaps I didn't get my Onslaught. Or perhaps I got Onslaught, but I did not get Blue Marble. Then I can use Spider-Woman, right? To put an area on lockdown. But I mean, this is the game. I mean, and at least this deck is working very well for me. I might tweak it. I don't know. You know, if you guys are watching and you have suggestions, especially if you have been playing this a while, let me know, right? But again, in summary, right? When you're upgrading your cards, make sure, you know, because you need it. You need to raise your collection level up. The only way you can reach your collection level up is by upgrading cards. Do it efficiently. Do all your silver first. After you do your silvers first, then go ahead and do your greens. Then you do your blues. Then you do your purples. Then you do your golds. Right? Don't do the gold unless you don't have any more purples to upgrade, etc. Right? So always do your silver first. Number one. Number two. Right? Use your cash efficiently. Don't waste it as much. And then number three, as you're playing, make sure that you spend the time looking at the cards. What is the enemy playing? When you lose, how did I lose, right? That last screen that you saw, right? It is extremely critical for you to learn essentially how to become better at the game. So I think that's it, guys. We have been recording for about 29 minutes. So I'm going to cut the video here. If you like what you see, let me know down in the comment section. Try the game. Join me. Go through this experience. It is not hard to get used to. It is very, very easy to get hooked because I think I am already hooked. With the game, it requires a lot of thinking, and I like this, right? It is not as dynamic as Cell Platform Destroyer, but it requires a lot of strategy, which I like. And number three, I think it is very free to play friendly, so which is right up my alley, if you guys know me. So guys, thank you very much. Hope you liked the video. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks to Twist, Zachary, LTM. There's a bunch of the guys, and I cannot remember all the names, but I all recommended the game, and you guys were right. The game is pretty good, and I am enjoying it a lot. So again, thank you very much, guys, for your support. Hope to see you around soon. And yeah, I'll be making a couple more videos of this every couple of times a week. So take care, guys. Checking out. Later.